Alright guys, in this video I'm going to be showing you the real way how you can actually make between 10 to 100x in crypto, and to be honest with you, in the stock market as well. Okay, this is a strategy that has proven to work for well over 100 years, and like I've just said, it's being able to integrate into the crypto market. This is not some random bullshit. I'm going to show you how to, set up some random fucking Solana sniper bot, and you can fucking set up like a Twitter tracker or a Telegram tracker or any of that shit, right? This is a real way of how to actually make real 10 to 100x's in crypto. That is one, passively, two, doesn't require too much time or work from yourself, and three, is very simple, very easy to understand. Okay, so without further ado, let me show you how it's done. Alright guys, so before I get started, I just want to show you some testimonials from this system that I have that genuinely actually does really work. Okay, so these were a few coins that I was able to buy that I made absolutely ridiculous gains on. The first one is Abster, where I was able to make over a 50x return, right? I bought this at 644k market cap. Okay, it's ran all the way up to 25 million, right? 50x, right? Fucking crazy. Okay, and the second one I was able to catch was Toshi, where I was able to basically do a 20x return. You can argue you did 19x. I'm just going to round up to fucking 20. So I was able to do 20x on Toshi, where I bought it at $45 million market cap, and I sold that bitch at 900 million, right? Fucking insane, right? So what is this? How does it work? And how can you do the same? Okay, so the system is called the number one asset bet, right? How does it work? Well, to put it very simply, right, all you do is you go over to a new exploding sector within an industry that you believe is going to do really well in the next 1 to 10 years, right? And within that industry, your goal is to find the number one asset. Once that industry has gone parabolic and everyone's talking about it, what is that number one asset that will stand out from the rest of them and say, yes, within this industry, that asset is fucking amazing, right? And this is basically what I've been able to do with meme coins, right? So I'll basically show you the example with Abster I was able to get, right? So how did I find Abster? Well, Abster was on this new layer 2 chain that was built on Ethereum, backed by this really sick guy called Lucanets, who was able to run an NFT project called the Pudgy Penguins. Right now, the sick thing about what he did with the NFTs was he wasn't like the rest, right? Everyone else back in 2020, right, they built an NFT project, they made the money, and they ran with the money, and they let the NFTs die to zero, right? Lucanets was different, right? Because he actually made a real business with the NFTs. You heard me right there, right? He was actually able to take the NFTs and make a real sustainable business with it, which has been able to last him through a bear market into this next bull market, right? And anyway, that was going off track. Right, back to Abster, right? So yeah, he was able to build the abstract chain, and within the abstract chain, what did I find? Abster, right? You can literally see Abster over here. So I thought to myself, okay, once this chain goes absolutely parabolic, once they've done all the marketing, right? What is the number one mascot of the chain? Right, it's Abster, right? You can literally see the coin there. And the coin's literally right fucking there, right? So, Abster, number one asset within that industry, okay? Same thing again was with Toshi. Now, unfortunately, Toshi, it kind of worked, it kind of didn't. It was more like a forced kind of play, if you ask me, where it was basically the first token, the first coin to be made on the base chain. So base chain is backed by the Coinbase centralized exchange, right? And Toshi was the first coin ever to be made, right? So the thesis was Toshi Coinbase goes mad at the end of the bull market. Everyone goes to Coinbase. Everyone buys the number one meme coin on the base chain, which would be Toshi, because it was the first one ever made, right? And as you can see, it still did really, really fucking well, right? So another way to kind of visualize this is, let's take the e-car industry, right? Now, you have a few e-car companies, right? I don't really know e-cars, so I'm not gonna fucking ramble on here, but you have a few, right? And let's say this one down here is Tesla, right? Now let's say this is an index, right, of all the e-car companies combined into one. Back in 2020, when the e-car industry was going kind of big, right, what was the one e-car company that stuck out? It was Tesla, right? And why was it Tesla, right? Reason for it is because of Elon, right? Elon is a fucking genius marketer, right? He is a genius marketer. He knows how to market better than anyone fucking else, right? All he did was he found other people who were better at his job than him. He said, go build cars. I don't give a shit how you do it. Just go fucking build cars. I'll do the marketing, right? So he went and did the marketing, and he did it at such a more superior level than everyone else. Reason for it is because he made such things like the Cybertrucks. He made that Tesla Model 3 and all this random other bullshit he made, right? And he's also integrated Tesla with AI. Okay, so Tesla, if you wanted to bet on a number one e-car company, it would be Tesla, right? So that's all well good of me of all saying that, but what is an actual way that you can actually go about finding these assets and these new exploding industries? Because you're probably thinking to yourself, okay, these are all cool, but how do I actually go about like finding these? All right, so let me run it through for you. Number one, which is my personal favorite way, is to join paid groups, right? Paid groups are by far the biggest alpha I can give anyone, right? If you join a paid group, the amount of value you will get from them is absolutely astronomical, right? I want to show you how I found actually Abster, right? So obviously I knew about Abstract Chain, but I wasn't really sure of what coin to buy. And this guy put in of something that I didn't even see, which was on their Twitter feed, right? Which was the Abster Twitter over here. The founder of the chain finally followed the official Twitter page. They put in, Abster is going to be the number one mascot of the chain, right? And as you can see, this was February 24th. If I actually load up, the chart over here, which I'll load up now, Abster, here we are. So here we are. You can literally see over here, if I zoom all the way down, you can literally see this was the day that I bought, 25th. He put it in the day before I fucking bought, right? Absolutely fucking insane, right? So number one, join paid groups. It's absolutely fucking insane of the amount of value you can get from these paid groups. Join them, provide value, and people will provide value back, okay? Now, number two, and this is only specifically for crypto, right? Hop on Dex Arena and find new chains, right? Or even better, hop on like DeFi Llama, right? All you have to do is go over to chains, right? If it ever wants to fucking load, right? And all you do is you would like sort them from highest to lowest and find new exploding decent chains, right? Do research into these chains, find why they're here, find why they could be big, right? Abstract was one of the main ones, right? You know, find out why these chains could be big, right? And once you've found why they could be big, bet on the number one asset of the chain, and as the chain grows, the asset will grow too, right? And the third way is really just common sense, right? Like a very quite big one for me is like with AI right now, because obviously we know AI is coming on the run, right? It is a exponentially growing industry, Okay, if there's a graph for AI, AI is not like the stock market where it's doing this. AI is currently doing this. It's exponential. This is linear. AI is doing this, right? It's like the fucking, yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna go and load up TradingView for you now, right? Exponential, right? That is what AI is being right now. Here, let me load on Amazon. Here we are, Amazon, right? Let me hop onto the yearly, right? This is AI. This is what AI looks like. It is just exponential. It is just a big fat curve going like this. It's just doing fucking this. It's exponentially growing, right? It is not linear. It is growing at such a fast pace, right? So use common sense, right? Like, see what industries you think could be big and bet on the #1 asset of it, right? So, for example, with AI, your top few, I would personally say, be something like Tesla, because it's pretty obvious that, you know, that the e-cars, AI, surely they'll go together in the future. You've got Nvidia, right? That's another really big AI one. Then you've also got cryptos, so you've got things like Render. You've got another one called Mamo, which is more of a meme coin, but can be still good. You know, like, those are a few assets that I would select for betting on the growth of AI. Okay, so yeah, that's basically it, guys. That is actually how you find 10 to 100x plays in meme coin in the crypto market, right? And in the stock market, or just every asset in general. Okay, this is an actual proven way. It's been used for hundreds of years. Okay, so yeah, guys, that was basically it. I'll see you all later in my next video, so see you later.